I've always got to start these videos off with a disclaimer. I'm not anti-EV. I have no problem with using electricity to motivate a vehicle down the road. It works for me. I like it. What I am against is hypocrisy, stupidity, ignorance, waste. These are things that bother me. All right? So if you could separate the idea of using electricity to motivate a car from all of those other things, then you kind of get where I'm coming from. So this morning, this is just too much. And as a Mopar guy, I find this like deeply offensive. Like in my soul, I find this offensive. It's even worse than when they introduced the electric charger. Last year, they did the preview on that, and it has the thing that makes fake engine sounds, and you could pick whichever fake engine sound you want this thing to make. Infantile, the most infantile. But then again, this is Dodge, and Dodge has managed to corner. It's become the sweetheart of the street takeover movement. So yeah, sure, why not throw fake engine sounds at your EV? But that's small potatoes. That's nothing compared to the new Dodge Ramcharger. And now as a Mopar guy, Ramcharger. Okay, this is a sacred name. This goes back to the early 60s. I mean, before the trucks, the Max Wedge, the Dodge Ramcharger, right? I mean, we're talking, and then there were many vehicles along the line that honored the name Ramcharger. But now it's been dragged, not through the mud, it's been dragged to a place of stupidity that is beyond imagination. Where am I going with this? All right. So obviously everybody's going electric. Everybody wants electric trucks, right? The Lightning and the Rivian and the Tesla, the Cybertruck. Great, you want electric trucks? Have electric trucks. So naturally, Dodge has to do a Ram electric truck, and they're going to call it the Ramcharger. Haha, cute play on words, right? All right, and the Rev, right? The Ram electric vehicle. Another cute play on words. Great. All right, so I don't care if you have electric trucks. Have electric trucks. If somebody can use the electric truck, more power to them. So when I first hear about the Rev, the Ramcharger, I hear that the news is that it's going to come with a range extender. All right, a range extender. And what is this range extender? Well, it's a gasoline-powered generator. And I say to myself, when I hear about this is a while ago, it's like maybe 10 months ago, I say to myself, that's a cute novelty. Like, if I was going to invest in an electric truck, if for whatever reason I felt an electric truck suited my lifestyle, right, was suitable for purpose, as the British say, which is like, that's one of my favorite terms, suitable for purpose, then yeah, you know what? Having an onboard electric generator would pretty much eliminate a lot of range anxiety, because it's like, okay, well, I can't find a charging station. Let me pull over here and fire up the generator. And in my mind, I'm saying to myself, well, within this pickup, which no doubt is going to be huge by large, by bigger than anything reasonable, within this truck, they're going to have a compartment, and it's going to have something like, like a Harbor Freight type of generator, like a small Honda generator that you could fire up and sit on the side of the road for an hour and, I don't know, scroll Facebook while you get enough charge to get to a place. Okay, you know what? All right, this is a pretty cool novelty. I like that. That's advanced thought. And, okay, but no, you see, no. It can't be anything that simple. It can't be anything that easy. It can't be anything that obvious or logical. No, nothing like that. So what I found today is that the new Ramcharger, the Rev, all right, electric vehicle, comes with an onboard gasoline-powered generator, as expected, but it's not a little Harbor Freight type of, pull the cord and let it charge. No, it's nothing like that. Not even an electric start generator, like the next step. No. Like, this is just too hard to even put into, like, I just got to spit it out. The generator, the electric generator on the Rev is a 3.6 liter V6. It's a 3.6 liter V6. Okay? This isn't like, all right, your emergency gen. No. It's got a full house 3.6 liter V6, a regular automotive engine. That's the generator, the backup generator, the range extender for this battery vehicle. Can we put this in perspective for a second now? They're going to put, okay, so the whole goal here is to eliminate the internal combustion engine and go with battery power. Okay, that's where you want to go. But in this vehicle, they're including a full tilt automotive V6. Now, all right, you say to yourself, well, the V6 is only going to run for short periods of time to recharge the battery. And in theory, that's probably how they intend it to be. But the reality is people are going to run the battery down and just have the gasoline motor running all the time. But that's besides the point. All right, so picture this. So not only do you have a full tilt truck powered by batteries, and it's got its battery pack, and it has dual electric motors. There's one in the front and one in the back, and the one in the front is detachable for efficiency's sake, which makes sense. You've got all of the electronics, all of the controls that go with the battery power setup, okay? And then you have the V6. So just to put this in perspective now, let's go over to this Jeep. So in order to run the generator, the 3.6 liter generator, you need everything that's under this hood, in addition to the battery. So you need the actual engine itself. And a 3.6 liter V6 is not something that just, okay, well, obviously a straight 6 is a different deal, but just for illustration purposes, it's a full-size engine. Okay, so that's part of it. It needs its own injection setup. It needs a fuel tank. It needs a fuel pump. It needs fuel filter. It needs everything that's here to run the engine. It needs its own ignition system, obviously. It needs its own exhaust system. It needs its own cooling system. It needs everything you see here. It needs a water pump. It needs everything you see here to maintain this strictly gasoline-powered vehicle. It needs all of that to run the battery charger. So you've literally got every bit of componentry and complication of an EV, along with every bit of componentry and complication of a gasoline-powered vehicle, all combined in one package. How many failure points can you put between two bumpers? Because that's what this is. That's what this is. It's one giant failure point from one end to the other. People will buy this, because they don't know any better. But the people who design this do. The people who design this do. They're literally sending failure out into the world, because there's no way that these things can maintain themselves for anything more than, let's say, the warranty period, and that's self-destruct. It's impossible. There are too many points of failure. Every time you add another complication to the machine, you add another point of failure. This thing has failure. It screams failure all over it. It screams waste all over it. Okay, so I know what a lot of you guys are thinking right now. This guy's a moron. How is that any different than a hybrid? A hybrid has all of the things that this truck has. How is that any different? It's completely different. The hybrid can justify its complication, its extra complication. Can barely, but it can justify its extra complication by the fact that when the battery is dead, you can motor on the internal combustion engine. A hybrid, okay, it's both systems all wrapped up into one package, and they'll both function to move the vehicle. Not on this thing. On this thing, the 3.6 liter V6 is only used to power a generator. There is zero connection between the internal combustion engine and the wheels of the vehicle. It's absurd. It's absurd. It's only used as a battery charger. Why did they do this? Why did they do this? Because it's a play on gullibility. It's a play on the gullibility of the public. Because the market that they're moving into with this truck is electric trucks. Electric trucks. So the Cybertruck, the Rivian, the Lightning, all of these other trucks, right? The electric trucks. So if it's going to be an electric truck, it has to be an electric truck. It can't be a hybrid. And so there's no connection between the engine and the driveline of the wheels. The hybrid justifies itself barely, and I mean just barely. The hybrid justifies itself by the fact that it can use both. Or simultaneously, it can use both at the same time. This can't. This is a battery vehicle with a complete automotive engine and everything that goes with an automotive engine, a catalytic converter, oxygen sensors, you name it, it's all in there, but it's only to run it as a battery charger. How ridiculous is this? Why did Dodge even stop there? Why didn't you throw twin turbos on this thing? So you can have a twin turbocharged 3.6 liter V6 battery charger. You got to see the pictures of these things. They're huge. I mean, pickup trucks have gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a never-ending thing. They just keep getting bigger. This thing is, they show it in front of houses. They show one in a driveway in front of it. They show one in a driveway. It dwarfs a two-car garage behind it. It's giant. It's giant. Dodge, why not give the people something that's actually efficient? Why not put a nice, efficient four-cylinder engine in, let's say, a first-generation Dakota package and price it like in the $18,000 to $20,000 range so that the average person can use it and the average worker can throw his tools in the back and head to the job site? Not everybody has to pull down a freaking castle with their giant, huge pickup truck. Some of us could actually use practical sized work trucks with practical power plants. You want to make it electric? Go ahead, make the damn thing electric. But this is pure absurdity. I guess at the beginning, this, as a Mopar guy, this is an embarrassment. I've said it before, but I say it again, and every time I say it, I mean it even more. Dodge, Mopar, Chrysler, whatever it is, Stellantis, you belong in the Dust Bowl of history. That's it. Done. Pull the plug. You've dragged the Chrysler legacy through this. Pull the plug. Done. If you buy one of these things, you're an idiot. I gotta stop. You get the idea. I'll see you tomorrow.